2 again.
Say something about support groups.
I think that's my answer. I've never been in one. Yeah. Just, why not just, like, I don't know, read a Bible instead? Yeah. Read a Bible. Make some Christian friends. Have someone that, you can share with, who can build you up. Who's strong in the Lord, and will not be lulled just in themselves for listening to you and spending time with you. And just read a Bible.
So, I don't know. There's not anyone. I'm not going to incriminate myself, so I'm not going to put any on, because I could, but I'm not going to do that. And a lot of times I think my hit list is probably more for who needs saved, because they're the people who annoy me the most. So instead of, just to answer the question as honestly as possible, I'm going to go for a group of people, and it's the group of people that like to wear masks in their cars. Those people are on my hit list, because they're just, and if you're one who's listening to this, you probably just need to turn off this podcast now. Don't listen to us ever again.
It really gets worse from here.
I will haunt you. I will put you in a bog. I am coming for you. I am inevitable. I am Thanos. All right, next color. We're gonna go with orange. What do you think of when you think of the color orange?
Donald Trump. And all the lefties going, orange man bad. Legend. Love that man. So, yes, friends, I know some of you are getting very upset right now and running to your mammies and your daddies, claiming that the big bad evil Irishman on the internet told you to say rude things, and that Jesus said, turn the other cheek. Friends, we only have 4 cheeks. Sometimes you've got to say, roasted to your enemies. Here at 20 to get you started.
Alright, this is the last one. Who is most likely to get into shenanigans?
I saved my getting into off the shenanigans. Beautiful word, shenanigans. Only a couple times a year, but when I do, they tend to get pretty extreme. One of my more recent ones saw me in the back of a police car. But I would say, in terms of frequency, you. I hold on to my moments, but I think you might do it more often. Or at least have the proclivity to do
Yeah, I think you're right. I end up getting myself into more trouble than, probably is wise.
Hello and welcome to From Dublin to Cleveland. I'm your host, with the most, Logan Howard. And joining me, as always, is my best friend from Ireland, Brendan Thomas Merritt. Hi, Brendan. How are you today?
I'm great, always great. It's a sunny autumnal day here in Ireland. But that's not to say it won't rain later. It might be nasty and gross. But hey, it keeps the grass green, keeps us wise and thinking smartly. Not to mention it's the weekend, so complaining, of course, is not allowed. How are you today, Logan? How are things on the American side?
I can't complain. Complaining is illegal at the weekend. Life's good.
So, this one may just be my favorite one. For those of you who haven't seen this meme, there is a meme that is 2 pictures next to each other. It's from The Office, and Pam is saying corporate needs to find the difference between this picture and this picture. And she goes, they're the same picture. She gave it to Creed, I believe, to try and give him something to do at work. So she says, got to determine these 2 pictures. And so I have put Brendan's face and my face from last week saying, "Oh, look, they're the same picture."
If you don't get that reference, friends, go back and watch last week's.
Yes, please do. All right, moving on. If if you had to eat a crayon out of its box, what color would you eat?
Some people might think I'm automatically going to say blue because it's my favorite color. Well, suckers, I'm saying yellow. That way I can pretend it's cheese. Not for my benefit, but for the benefit of people looking at me.
I think there's. I think I would lean towards something like a pink or a magenta for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but the first thing that comes to me is like those frosted sugar cookies that have like pink frosting that you see on it. Like, I don't know why my brain just goes right for that, but I think that's the crayon I would eat, and it would be like called cookies and cream flavor or cookies and cream color or something along those lines, because they come up with weird names like these days for crayon names. But it would have to be like a good sounding name that sounds like something edible. Maybe a red apple, like the red apple color or apple color. I could get behind eating a crayon that's name was apple. Specific example is is puddles. When I was little, I loved jumping in puddles. Thought it was tons of fun, frolicking puddles, and I jumped in this really big puddle because I was like, it's a big puddle, I'm gonna jump in it. And I realized in that moment what happens when you jump in big puddles and you're not wearing anything that's dry. Well, not that won't be dry when you're done. Yeah, completely got soaked, wet. Was sitting in my car seat wet, and I looked at my mom and said, I will never jump in a puddle ever again. And to this day, not jumped in a puddle since. I avoid them like a plague. So, have to learn the hard way.
Hungry, you might treat yourself to a cheeky sambo sandwich.
It would not go over in America, that one. Why are you beating or eating a poor little Indian boy? Native American.
You should have run faster.
Got a cheeky little Sambo.
It was a joke. Get over yourselves. Alright, friends, so contrary to what Logan said earlier about letting your granny die, which I do not necessarily agree with. Again, necessarily. Some of you have terrible grandmothers. Sam, 71, I can't believe someday I'm going to run for, for Prime Minister of a country, and my enemies are going to put all these videos and just crop the most terrible parts, and I will have no defense. So, different countries, I hope. You're in against me, boy, and I'll win.
I know you will. You're ruthless.
I want not to resort to assassination.
If you marry a woman named Ruth, you're ruthless.
I love it. Love it. Enough of your stuff. Does this elf like sitting on shelves?
Yes.
Is it elf on the shelf?
Yes.
You, my friend, are a moron. I have said my piece.
Is it Simeon?
You absolute toe rag hack job of a scallywag. It is.
I was ready to guess him about the fourth one, but I was like, I'm gonna narrow this down before I give it a guess.
It is.
Yeah.
It's Simeon in Luke chapter 2.
People are more likely to give to like the Salvation Army or other things this time of year. So there's the whole bell ringing thing, which I think I'm gonna pick specifically the bell ringers. Those people, while I know they're doing good work and they're going out and serving the Lord, they're serving. I can't even say the Lord. Sometimes they're serving the Lord, sometimes not. But they're out there trying to get money and change or whatever at every store you go to. And it's just ding, 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 ding. And there's some that are good, you know? If nobody's around, they won't ring the bell. But there are some terrible people who, even when no one is around, no one's in the store, no one's near the store, they're ringing that bell like it's the last thing on earth. And I hate that, okay? Don't ring the bell. In fact, there have been times where I will not give to the Salvation Army because they have a bell ringer who's annoying. That's not going to make me come over to your stand and give you money. I'm sorry. Stop. I will give you the money if you stop, okay? Just stop ringing the bell. You're not good at it. You don't need to ring it more. Stop ringing the bell. I'm not saying don't give to the Salvation Army. Please go get the Salvation Army if you feel led. Give to your heart's content, but stop ringing the bell, okay? It annoys me. It's loud. It's obnoxious. Stop ringing the bell. Stand there and stop trying to be a beggar where you ring the bell louder and more people will come. It's not how it works. Be quiet. Sit in your corner. Stay there, and we will come see you and talk to you and be friendly to you. But sorry, I'm not going to be friendly to somebody who's ringing the bell in my face. All right. I've got off my soapbox. I'm done, but I'm frustrated with those types of people. I lied. I had three more. So there's two more after this. So Obamanique. I thought I'd get my political joke in early tonight and call it Obamanique.
Yeah. I think of the word abomination, and I think of young Barry, who had a penchant for blowing up Muslims on their wedding day. Which is worse? Obviously, Barack Obama. Yeah.
Good old Obama.
Yeah. I'm looking very forward to seeing that man get locked away in jail someday.
Hello and welcome to From Dublin to Cleveland. I am the shaved sheep, Logan Howard, joined as always by the one and only Brendan Thomas Merritt. Hi, Brendan. How are you?
Equally shaved, but not as sheepish.
That's probably the tricky hard one. Let's move on to the fourth one,
which is apparently the easy one. One would believe.
Probably not, but
okay. I see what could either be a goat or a buffalo, and it seems to have the powers of Scott Summers' Cyclops of the X-Men. It's shooting an optic blast from its eye. It's even the same color as in the X-Men comic books. It's red. The outline is in white. The majority of it is in blue, and very patriotically colored. Let me see. Have I heard New York Buffaloes before? The Buffaloes? Okay, I'm gonna assume it's somewhere.
So, with all that being said, our first question today is, if a car is traveling at 40 miles per hour, how long will it take to go 190 miles? A, 4 hours and 45 minutes. B, 3 hours and 30 minutes. C, 4 hours and 15 minutes. Or D, 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Could you ask that question again in kilometers?
Sure. It is, if a car is traveling At 40 miles, you said kilometers. I don't know what kilometers.
We don't have miles in Ireland.
Miles per hour. So 1 mile per hour. You guys do kilometers per hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's the same math problem. It's just.
Can you repeat the question, please?
I forgot all those options.
All right. If a car is traveling at 40 miles per hour, how long will it take to go 90 miles? 4 hours and 45 minutes, 3 hours and 30 minutes, 4 hours and 15 minutes, 3 hours and 15 minutes. At this moment, I should have had the Jeopardy music playing.
I'll slide versions like the YouTube, you know.
If I was thinking, I would have done that, but I wasn't thinking.
What letter is 3.5 hours?
3.5 hours is B.
Okay. If everyone takes this long, it's going to be a long episode.
I know.
No, the rest are just trivia from here on out. Well, I don't know. The next one might is an English question.
Okay. I think I have an answer.
Okay. All right. Whenever you guys are both ready, you can reveal your answers.
Okay. According to my calculations, I'm not a maths teacher, people. I'm an English teacher. I got that right. 4.5 goes into 190 38.2 times. For no other reason than because that starts with 3, I'm going to say... Oh, I should have times by 60. I don't know. I'm going to say B.
He's going with B. All right.
I'm just
So
going
3
with
hours
C.
and 30 minutes.
Everyone see was.
All right, Connor, what are you going with?
C.
He's going with C. 4 hours and 15 minutes. Unfortunately, you've both failed math class. It is 4 hours and 45 minutes. A
That's
is
not
the
the
answer.
Well, you should have asked in kilometers.
I guess so. I don't know if it would have changed anything.
That's right, I don't think so.
I need to go
All
back
right.
to school.
I know, that's a couple hours ago.
I literally, as I was reading it, went, oh wait, they don't do miles per hour.
Yeah, that belongs in the non-existent country of Northern Ireland. That state we're looking at it getting back. Yeah. Which we will.
Not the exact same thing.
Wow.
We didn't answer the same stuff.
Maybe they'll be like,
I feel like we
one's from
can't
one
take this quiz that
perspective.
seriously anymore.
Maybe one of them's from the perspective of Wanda, and the other one's the perspective of Peter Parker.
I don't know, maybe.
92. Who do you want to be as your celebrity opponent in a death match, and why is it Adam Sandler?
So yeah, I already told him beforehand it was Adam Sandler because he sucks. He only makes the same kind of movies, and he's always pathetic in all of these movies.
Poor Adam.
So
Make sure Adam's in love by liking and subscribing.
I would slap him to no end. It would be violent,
Feel the same
brutal.
way.
It would be over quickly. First word we're looking for. This is one of the 7 things that we as Christians need to be doing. That Paul tells us we need to be doing. It's
Praying.
no.
Fasting.
No.
Honoring our husbands and wives.
There is the
Worshipping.
world likes this.
Sin.
They like it because it reminds them of hippies. It was a hippie symbol for a while.
Drugs.
No.
Alcohol abuse.
No. This This is a good thing we're supposed to be doing, not not drugs.
Oh, good. My next options are idolatry. Worshipping, praising. Hippies are wild ones for worshipping the grass.
No. It's an inner quality that we have.
Peace.
Yes, got it. Peace. Absolutely right. Got it. All right. All right. Dear Barry Andrew, you are more beautiful than horses. Bunnies on the ocean, you are more mediocre than the lush mug on a mountain. You fight brighter than the hotel in the country football.
Well, that's true.
You are more sleepy than any song that was ever sung. I had not seen what the real milk of beauty was until I found you. Without you, I do not exist. I need you and you alone to crawl the storms of life. You are such a perfect alligator for me. I could barely sneeze someone better than you. You are the source of my cross, the center of my sword, and the whole of my wizard. Every day and night, my mind is filled with killing of you. I'll never finish licking in love with you.
I can confirm that was essentially 3 of those things. That's pretty accurate. Licking and killing being 2 of those 3 things.
2. Sometimes, Brendan, when you speak about politics, I wonder where the off button is. And I'm sure you in the comments and in the listeners think the same thing. But that's enough roasting of Brendan. I could go on for more, but I won't because I'll just get it back next week. So.
Only if it's a juicy, gossipy, good one that's going to entertain our viewers.
Okay. How do you hang your toilet paper at home? Over or under?
Oh, there's a right way and there's a wrong way. The toilet paper, it should look like a fringe.
Okay.
People who have the mohawk, the hair going backwards, I don't get it. Why would you have the toilet paper closer to the wall? No. The toilet paper should be hanging closer to you sitting on it. And therefore all you have to do is, yank off a square.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I have a follow-up question. Would you change if you went over to, say, someone else's house, could be someone you know well, someone you don't know very well, would you change their roll of toilet paper to be correct if you were in their bathroom?
I have made alterations to people's homes that explain justifiably why I was never invited back. Yeah, there are times I've gone to people's homes and sometimes I'll rearrange things physically. Sometimes I'll just start disciplining the people in the house. It's like I live there, and I'm like, don't you dare speak to your mother like that again. She is an incredible woman. She's a phenomenal woman of Almighty God. She's the daughter of the Most High God. She's the righteousness of God, and Jesus Christ, how dare you treat her like that? You have no idea what you have. And then even they're just embarrassed, thinking, why is he talking to my 6-year-olds like that? Patrick and Brendan, for goodness sakes, it's fallen again. That was not in the Mad Lib, friends. I'm going to start that again. It would help if this wasn't actually in the way. Patrick and Brendan were appearing outside. I love it, what we think we were appearing. We're there and gone, and there and gone, and there and gone.
Just flashing.
Flashing. In and out of existence. Look at the rainbow, Patrick shouted exceptionally. I heard that there is a pot of shamrocks at the end of the rainbow, said Brendan. Oh, very dirty. They both agreed to find the pot of shamrocks, so they liked in the house. Okay? And put on their hats and beards. I'm embarrassed to say that now, it's what makes sense. They set off on their adventure. The first problem they encountered
was a gigantic duck. How will we get across? Patrick asked. I can help you if you pay me 17 chains, said a leprechaun. That's the short Irish fairy, guys, with a ginger beard and green clothes, who had been going next to them. Okay, apparently he's been with us for a while. Maybe he was also appearing and disappearing. They quickly gave him 77 gangs each. Okay, so we're just in the slave trade now, the human slave trafficking. The leprechaun seemed to be pleased, snapped his toe, and suddenly... Yeah, hello, I told you to choose your answer. And suddenly they were at the end of Ireland. I don't know if that's where I wanted to go. Look, it's the pot of badgers, Brendan pointed. Shazam, Patrick shouted. They grabbed the pot of games and acquired a home. And that is the super special awesome story, the end of the rainbow.